And now, a message from the President of the United States.
Tonight I want to take a few minutes to discuss a grave threat to peace. The dictator who is assembling the world's most dangerous weapons is here in our own country. He is the homicidal dictator who is addicted to weapons of mass destruction. He has proven he is capable of any crime. The tyrant is me. I have directed members of the administration to support the use of violence against all of you. I will kill thousands or hundreds of thousands of innocent people in our country and across the world. I resolved to bring sudden terror and suffering with horrible poisons and diseases and gases. Men and women, boys and girls, thousands of civilians will be killed in a single day, murdered at random and without remorse. My ultimate ambitions are to control the peoples of the United States and to blackmail the rest of the world with weapons of mass terror. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction.
We are now living in the time of Jacob's trouble. Many people will be put to death. It doesn't matter what camp you're in or what doctrine you're teaching. They're coming for us all. Each and every one of us are now marked men. And by now, almost everyone has run into the true prophets of the Most High. Whether it's on the streets or a video circulating on the internet, soon there will be no excuse. And this truth will have reached the four corners of the earth. The Most High has been bringing forth judgment on this earth at a rapid rate. We used to have catastrophes and tragedies every once in a while. Now we have hell breaking loose every day. From mass shootings to crazy weather storms, anything you could think of. The Most High is plaguing America.
Oh, they shooting!
And the FBI also stepping into a third mass shooting, announcing today that an attack in Gilroy, California, just over a week ago, is now a domestic terror case.
Another mass shooting in Texas. 5 dead, 21 wounded, including 3 police officers. Video on social media showing people face down on the ground. You can hear the gunshots in the background.
What does seem clear is the attack took planning. Betts arrived on a busy Dayton strip wearing a mask and body armor, carrying an AR-15 style rifle. Police shot and killed him within 30 seconds, but not before he shot and killed 9 people, including his own sister. Meanwhile, we're getting new insights into his state of mind.
It's only crazy white people doing this. The death totals are rising far above average, and it's not going to get any better.
A lot of people are saying the bad guys are still going to get their ammunition even after Walmart stops selling it. They think there are plenty of other places to find it.
Walmart is exiting the handgun market.
True, we have a higher gun violence level, but overall muggings, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Pierce, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? And that's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows.
They conducted an experiment to see what will happen when a white person carries a gun versus a black person.
How you doing, sir? Hey. Howdy. Can I see your IDs?
No, sir.
No. Why not?
You don't have to. I'm not doing crime.
Okay. Any particular reason why you're carrying the AR, especially around this point?
I'm just exercising my right.
I understand that, but is there a reason why you're doing it?
I just want to walk around.
He pulled out the gun. He's getting down. The guy, he's just walking up and carrying.
You can clearly see who the guns were originally made for.
All we knew was the white man had the gun. If we had them, we had to hide them. Because there were times where they did not allow us. The system did not allow African Americans to even possess them.
While no one keeps track of gun sales by race, firearms dealers across the nation have reported a rise in the number of African Americans buying guns since the election of Donald Trump.
Racism.
The prophets on the highways and byways have been trying to tell the people what's to come for years now. Some people take heed to this information, others think we are crazy.
They are now calling it hate speech. The videos that we post on social media to inform the people are often blocked. YouTube pages are taken down, Facebook profiles suspended, and Instagram pages deleted. They try to silence us as much as possible. As stated before, they hate when this truth comes out because they know their time to rule has finally come to an end.
YouTube said Tuesday that it has removed over 100,000 flagged videos under its new hate speech policies. The company says it's also terminated over 17,000 channels and 500 million comments under the same rules. In June, YouTube updated its hate speech policies to ban content that promotes extremist ideologies such as white supremacy, as well as certain conspiracy theories, like the false claim that the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting never happened. Across Google, YouTube's parent company, over 10,000 people have been tasked with detecting, reviewing, and removing content that violates the site's guidelines.
No one respects the leader of America anymore, and their currency isn't worth anything. You become an enemy of this country once you start to speak about these things. They will label you a terrorist, black identity extremist, a radical, or flat out crazy. They do this, and all we are doing is reading scripture from the Bible.
It's prophesied that many of us will be put to death for speaking this truth. Our own people will deliver us up. Our family and friends will betray us, as some of them have already, thinking that we're crazy for bringing this information out. If you're not willing to die for this, this is not for you.
You guys are faggots, man. The Lord gonna mess you up. These men began to make excuses and shit, right? Just like them guys talking about, oh, the Most High don't want us to be in camps. You just saying that because you're a faggot and you don't want to go out and teach the word. Just admit the shit, man. You too weak. You ain't got the cojones. You ain't got the nuts. You ain't got the balls. You ain't got the jelly beans, kid. You come out here and face the elements. Face the demons. Face the devils. And tell them to their face, you going into slavery, bitch. You don't have enough nerve to do it, man. You see, the Lord didn't give you the spirit. The scriptures say the righteous are bold as lion. Why you gotta be bold as a lion? To be in your house, you know, around your family? No, you gotta be bold as a lion to come out here and take on all comers, take on all challenges, right? Through the boldness and spirit of the power of the Lord of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. You gotta be ready to do that. And I ain't trying to say we all that because we feeble men, but what do we have? We got the secret weapon, right? And we got the angels and the Most High at our backs, man, right? Yahweh Shah watching over us, man. We ain't worried about these people. Let's go on.
The Most High selected certain men to do his will and prophesy till the end. Once all of his prophets are raised up and his information has been spread, there will be a famine of the word.
They're already planning to ban the Bible in California. They're also banning the Bible around the world in some other places.
California is looking to pass a bill that could ban the sale of Christian books that address issues of homosexuality and transgenderism. Proceedings to pass the law are taking place quickly in the state, and the bill could pass in the California Senate as soon as late May.
Downloading unauthorized versions of the Bible is now an offense in China. Internet users there have noticed that with other Christian books, the Bible is unavailable from online shopping websites such as Amazon China, Taobao, and JD. According to state media, these companies face penalties for selling publications which they say adversely affect society.
Talk to me about this bill. This is essentially criminalizing religious beliefs, and I don't mean to speak in hyperbole here, but if this bill were to pass, would this prohibit the sale of the Bible that teaches these things about sexual morality?
Well, literally, according to how this law is written, yes, it would. This is, PC culture, politically correct culture, gone horribly awry. This is really directly hitting at our First Amendment rights as American citizens. Now the Democrat legislators in this building right behind me, the California State Legislature, they want to tell you how to think, what sort of books that you can read, write, and purchase. It is completely wrong. It is absolutely against our First Amendment rights. And I, for one, will be a vocal opponent against this if it ever hits the Assembly floor.
As of now, the internet is up and running. You can get this information at the click of a button, but it won't be like this forever because the deletion of content spread it throughout the entire web. Sooner or later, people will no longer have access to the internet or any type of videos. Speaking with the prophets on the highways and the byways will be the only way this information will become accessible and for people to understand what's to come.
I walked out of a mall 2 years ago in Houston. The same black Israelite group that was yelling at the Covington Catholic kids saying you're all Nazis when they attacked them, or the same one they covered. They're like, black people are God and white people are the devil, and we're going to kill the white people. And so I'm sitting there walking out of this mall right after Trump got elected in Houston. I remember because I was there with my wife. She wore like a Burberry coat or something. And I was down visiting family, and these black guys go, "We're going to kill you." And I didn't hate them because they were black guys. They were literally Nazis. And I remember sitting there in that parking lot, walking across, and I said, "Well, if you're such big men, kill me now." And it wasn't, and my wife's like,
he's like, slow down, we're not going to kill you. We're just going to
I'm
beat
trying
you
to act
up.
tough.
Okay.
They're saying, "Hey, you white hooker whore,
Okay.
we're going to kill your ass."
As they continue to bring forward false accusations on the prophets of the Lord, this information will become harder and harder to bring out.
More affliction, trials, and tribulation will occur. But once all of the elect men are sealed, the Most High will remove his men from off the streets. No one knows exactly how this will happen. Some will escape, some will be in prison. Everyone's test will be different. We are told to seek out our own salvation. This knowledge, wisdom, and faith will be our comfort in those difficult times. It will be a war against the prophets of the Lord and those that choose to keep his commandments. They already have FEMA concentration camps set up for those they call extremists. They've militarized the police.
We see a lot of death and destruction now, but once martial law is declared, Jacob's trouble will be in full effect. They even have some people marked and red listed.
So, I was reading this article that martial law is about to be declared this year or next year. People's mailboxes have a color-coded sticker on them. And the purpose of the color-coded sticker is to determine what category of citizen you fall into. And so this morning I came out, looked at my mailbox to see if I had a color-coded sticker on it. And there was a sticker on it. So let's go look at what there is on it and what there was actually. We have a yellow color code sticker. Which, here's how the theory goes. If you have a red sticker on your mailbox, the government has labeled you as a former veteran, a patriot, anti-Big Brother, against the New World Order. The theory always says at 4 a.m. on the date they declare martial law, at 4 a.m. they're going to come and kick your door in. The blue sticker says that you think like the red sticker people, but you're just a follower of the red sticker people. So you're in the second tier of patriot, not as big a threat. So you're going to be under house arrest, and they're gonna come get you and move you to the FEMA camps. Red sticker, you die on the first night. Blue sticker, you're under house arrest till they move you to the FEMA camps. And then the yellow sticker means that you're a good, loyal, big government, Obama type, New World Order supporter, that you're gonna go along to get along, and that you're gonna be loyal and subject and take the mark of the beast and this and this and that.
Esau, the white man, will be like a raging devil, rounding up the children of Israel. Everyone who ignored the Lord's calling will soon understand that they've been following a false god and that they will be put to death if they do not take the mark of the beast. Listen very closely. This is extremely important.
Some of us Hebrews believe that the mark of the beast is believing in these other philosophies and following other gods, such as Christianity, Buddhism, etc., while others believe it is the RFID chip, which has been here for some time now. It causes division amongst some Hebrews because it's a very sensitive subject. The mark of the beast could be either. There's no reason to fight over it. We tell people to stay away from these different philosophies and the chip. Anything that fits the description of the mark of the beast, stay away from it. The Levitical law already tells us not to make any incisions in our flesh. So that means no cuttings. So we already know not to take the chip.
mark of the beast is the philosophies of this wicked world. It's not a microchip. All right, they say it's a microchip, but we all probably got to get a microchip in our phones right now. All right, the mark of the beast represents accepting the wicked philosophies of this world. Have a mark in your mind. Damn near everybody walking around with a chip right now. If you got any technology from a phone to a credit card, whatever, you walking around with a damn chip.
Card.
You already got the chip.
Card.
Is it really a difference if you put it in your hand or your forehead? No, you're already walking around with it. That's what we see that as more spiritual. Brothers want to believe it's a chip, that's on them. You know what I'm saying?
Esau got a chip.
Right, Esau got a chip. You got a chip too?
Big deal.
Esau got the mark of the beast. Esau got the mark of the beast. There you go. Put it on your forehead. Put it on your forehead again. Esau got the mark of the beast.
The RFID chip is what they use to make things more convenient. They put them in your hand so you can open doors, and they put it in your debit card so you can purchase things. If someone takes the microchip, you are supposed to rebuke them sharply. That goes into worshiping the beast and his image, and you're still breaking the law.
Saying, hurt not the earth. Hurt not the earth. Come on. Neither the sea. Neither the sea. Go ahead.
Nor the tree.
Nor the tree. Come on.
Till we have sealed.
Till we have what?
Till we have sealed.
We have sealed or marked. Go ahead.
The servants of our God.
The servants of our God. Come on.
In their foreheads.
In their foreheads, meaning their mind. Does that mean I gotta take some kind of instrument and go through, drill a hole through your head and seal something in there? No. Do I crack open your cranium and brand you like they do when they doing no, what they call it in college? When they pledge in a fraternity? No. It says seal you in the mind, meaning before Esau and his kingdom is destroyed, 144,000 servants got to seal with the knowledge.
That's right.
All right.
I'm here to meet some of the thousands of people in the country who are adapting their own bodies, who are inserting microchips under their skin. This is a microchipping party. Hannah's getting an electronic chip implanted into her hand. She believes one day we'll all be chipped like her.
So congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
You've been chipped?
Yes, I have.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can feel it there. I feel like this is the future. It's the next big thing that's gonna happen.
The same technology that allows you to pay with a contactless credit card. They can be read by a device like a smartphone.
When I get customers or suppliers at work, they ask for my business card, and I say, scan me.
Those who don't take the chip when forced could be put to death. That's the penalty for not worshiping the beast once martial law is enforced. Condemning this society and not agreeing with their philosophies will cause severe backlash. They already have a plan in place. They've purchased a massive order of guillotines, stored millions of coffins at these FEMA camps, and even created their new 10 commandments. The guillotines and coffins were distributed throughout America in the FEMA camps, while the Georgia Guidestones containing the new 10 commandments are located in Georgia. It's even stains of blood on top of it, as if a sacrifice had been made.
Okay. Alright guys, here we're investigating reports of FEMA's coffins in Georgia. Evidently FEMA's been stockpiling over 2 million coffins nationwide, plastic coffins. No one knows why, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it seems pretty creepy they would have coffins. And there they are. Now, at first glance, they look like chambers for septic tanks. Then, at second glance, you realize there's no trespassing sign. That they have ends. Septic tank chambers do not have ends, and they are stacked pretty high. They're plastic. There are acres and acres of them. I don't know what the hell's going on. Why FEMA would invest in coffins?
Let her go.
A lot of people aren't even familiar that they exist in the United States of America. But as I've been pointing out, there are a lot of monuments, a lot of symbols in plain sight that will point you right to what is going on, which is the Illuminati and the New World Order and the end times that we're in and the takeover that we're under. Pretty much the 10 commandments for the elitists and their objective. Okay, for whether this occurs after World War III or if this is a prelude to World War III. And the entire thing is in so many different languages. I don't know if anyone has ever been there, they know what I'm talking about. It's massive. And number one, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Because they even want to control who's producing and who's not. We've seen that in other countries before where you're only allowed to have a certain amount of children under law of the land. They're going to guide that. They're not going to allow you to have as many kids as you want.
Jake, who is homeless. Jake, you found yourself some shelter here. Why are you outside during this entire hurricane?
Well, I chose not to go inside yesterday because the Salvation Army and Russian Wind's homeless shelter where they were accepting people were caught killing everybody that was in there.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay. All right. So clearly you're homeless and there are some challenges that you face, sir. I'm just curious.
A certain amount of us will have to perish in order to fulfill this prophecy. It is written that those slain in the name of the Lord will cry to the Most High. This is the same thing that happened when Cain killed Abel. Their blood will cry from the ground, just like Abel's. The blood shed for the Lord is precious in the eyes of the Most High. You have to keep the faith. If you're fearful and non-believing, you will not be saved. The Most High is our guide until death, even if you die as a martyr. You will serve as a king for 1,000 years. Only 1/3 of us are destined to make it out. Most Israelites, so-called black men, they love it here. They forget that we came over here on cargo slave ships and never returned. They are comfortable, blinded. They've accepted this society. They would rather watch the NBA, NFL, watch Netflix, hit a club, or party all day than to pay this any type of attention. We are destroyed as a nation.
Man, I see someone there, you guys talking about a lady or something. Nigga.
I'm coming at you with some real rules. What the fuck do you stand for? No, you're like cool ass pastor.
Get your ass
50
out of
cents
here.
and no church.
You ain't got
Shut the fuck up.
Go. Get your ass out of the block.
Bitch ass nigga.
This is not as easy as it looks.
It gets crazy when we out there teaching sometimes, but we are commanded not to be afraid. If you are teaching to keep the laws of the Most High, prepare yourself.
Verse 1. Good. But of the time.
5:22. Read. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Read.
5.
Read.
So why are you taking your shirt off?
Read.
Why you taking
Pause.
your shirt off?
Pause.
I'm listening. Back up, son. What's wrong with you, son? What's wrong with you, son? Yo.
Don't control her drunken ass dude. You ain't gonna just come up here thugging cats, man.
Right.
Come on, brother. If it's that much you don't agree, move on.
People that are brainwashed into Christianity will think that they're doing God a service by killing you. Caesar Borgia is a false idol, a white lie. And as long as our people follow this faggot false God, the Most High will not fight for us.
You gotta hold your peace. All right, well.
Don't learn the answer.
Hey, first of all, you need to calm the hell down.
You're not worthy
You're not worthy
to burn an incense.
The Father. The Father. Wash your hands, bro. You gotta get your hands, man. The Father. The Father.
To the 6th, verse 7, right? Be not deceived. Read. Be not deceived. Read. God is not mocked. God is not mocked. It doesn't matter if he dance like James Brown, Michael Jackson out here. Read. But whatsoever a man soweth, whatever a man soweth, read, that shall he also reap. That shall he reap. If you will be a homosexual, God is gonna kill you. You want to be a man whore, God is gonna kill you.
Listen, I take my hat off to the white man. He has done an excellent job on our people.
That's right.
An excellent job on our people. Look at this. Unbelievable. It's all right. Hey, you still my nigga. Right, but see, hold up though. When it came to us, wait. When it came to us, y'all know what I do. When it came to us, I pull a gap on a nigga. But I let the white man hug my woman. But I pull a gap on a nigga. See that? See the ignorance?
Right.
Do you see the ignorance? See the ignorance?
I live a righteous life, but I eat pork and I'm going to hell. Nah, bro, it doesn't work like that. I don't serve a God like that.
It's not that serious.
Nah, it's really not.
So just let it go.
Nah, but if I want to eat pork, I'm going to eat pork.
All right, give me some. I would never want to die over no pork, man.
Bro,
when I bring it up.
I agree. So pork gonna kill me.
Yes.
Pork killing me right now.
Right.
And guess what? A lot of other food in this world killing me too.
Right. The Lord gave you a whole list of food that you cannot eat.
True.
So you follow the dietary law.
On some real. I'm listening to y'all.
Hey, sister, come on.
Esau, the white man, will torture you and try to get you to denounce the Most High. You have to be ready to be a living sacrifice.
No, I don't fucking understand this shit. I do not understand this. You are not Jews. You want to be a Jew so much? Here's a fucking guy. Come on, put it on.
God said you guys must be killed with the sword.
That's right.
God
white
said.
people must be killed with a sword.
That's
right. It's the King James 611 Bible. That's what God said.
And the first came out red all over. Look at the red pimples on this lady's face. The scriptures say that they are red from the top of their head to the soles of their feet. What do we call them down south?
Right.
You get out of here, bro. Get out of here. You talk a lot of shit. Give me some real facts.
Yo, get him out of here before he gets hurt. Really get him out of here before he gets hurt. Really? Tell you right now. Yo, get him out of here before he gets hurt. You are just a little too close to me. You ready to put his hands on us?
Black women don't come with blonde hair.
That's right.
Yes, they do.
Black women don't come with blonde hair.
They do. Don't you tell me. My daughter is not a black woman. Don't you tell me what the fuck my daughter is not. Don't you tell me what my child is. My child is African. My child is black. Don't you tell me she is not Saharian. Don't you tell me. Don't you tell me that. Don't you tell me that.
That is the spirit.
You're not white, you're red. Can we agree? That's why black people say rednecks. I don't know. Come on, bro.
Look at
Are
yourself.
you more white? You want me to take a picture of you and show it to you?
IUIC marched in Chicago, but the media said nothing about it. White people are used to us being out of order. They don't like seeing us focused and in place. They only share news about us so-called blacks when it's negative, or we're making a fool of ourselves. Esau knows they have a short time. Esau is very wroth because we are waking up. I keep repeating myself because you must understand that you will have to go through much tribulation to enter the kingdom of heaven. It's not a cakewalk. Your faith will be tested. They will kick down your doors and we will all be casted out of our homes. The righteous will be scarcely saved. It's important that you get right with the Lord.
Back now with the mix-up, a North Carolina homeowner is calling it humiliating. Police putting him in handcuffs inside of his own home. Here's ABC's Zachary Keish.
Put your hands for what? Tell me for what?
A black businessman handcuffed in his own house by police is speaking out tonight.
This was one of the most humiliating experiences of my life.
It started when 31-year-old Kazim Oyneyin, wearing only boxer shorts, is confronted by an officer at his front door, gun drawn.
Okay, all right, just come on out. You got the firearm in your hand? Drop the gun, drop the gun.
He states he's the homeowner, but apparently only after the officer handcuffs him.
Do you live here? Yep. Okay.
Oyneyin says he was sleeping when a friend triggered the alarm system, but he'd already spoken with the alarm company before officers arrived. But that didn't de-escalate the situation when a supervisor showed up.
Have a seat.
Because we're going to clear the rest of the house.
While the officer searched his house, the situation wasn't resolved until a second supervising officer who knew him came in and verified it was his house.
As officers are ambushed almost immediately after they break down the door of the home. Officer Taylor Webb is shot in the chest and the hip as he enters. Officer Keegan Merritt is seen dragging his rifle across the front lawn after he was shot in the hand.
He don't even know my name and tell him I have a warrant. What did he do? That's what I'm saying. For what? For what? From Louisiana. For what? For what? You just pulled up in front of my fucking house and told me I got a warrant in Louisiana. So what? That's my fucking dog.
That's our dog.
That's our dog. No, that don't look like
that's
me.
Not
What's wrong with you, man? What you trying to say? Because I got gray and I'm black, that's me? No.
That's not him.
She can see that's not me from over there.
Please leave him alone.
Man, get out my yard, man.
I need
a report on this. Nah, you need to get the fuck out of my yard. You just said I'm somebody named Quinn. You got gray and he black? Come on. What the
A prosecutor in North Carolina said no charges will be filed against a white police officer seen on video punching a black man as he sat on his mother's porch. The police department said the officer violated its use of force policy.
My mom house.
Okay, what's your mama's name?
As Officer Jackson checked Yorsay's ID, Officer Cole questioned him.
Do you actually live here? I mean, still?
I mean, I'm in and out. I thought I'd get my mom on the phone for you, just to let you know I'm not lying.
Okay.
But the call went to voicemail. After 8 more minutes, Yorsay urged Cole to confirm his story with neighbors and started down the steps. Come on, we can go ahead.
No, sit down.
Hey, man, why are you doing
I just said sit down.
But why are you talking to me like that, bro? I live here, bro. That's when the situation quickly escalates. Police is over here. They harassing me.
Okay. Off the phone.
Hey, man, you can't grab my phone like that, man. Hey, man, get off.
I think the young man just had enough.
As he was trying to handcuff Yorsay, Officer Cole allegedly punched him at least once during the struggle.
This morning, mounting disbelief over these photos and cell phone video. They show a pair of white police officers on horseback in Galveston, Texas, walking a handcuffed black man they've just arrested to a staging area using a rope. He was arrested for misdemeanor trespassing.
What they did was real inhumane. It was real degrading. They treated my brother as he was a dog.
Dozens of protesters showed up to this Philadelphia Starbucks Sunday after 2 black men were arrested inside late last week. Wimmer says the men were in Starbucks for less than 15 minutes.
These guys were doing what people do every single day. They were having a meeting and they were undoubtedly singled out because of their race.
During that time, police say the men attempted to use the restroom without buying anything, which is against Starbucks policy.
This time, explosive devices were set off, bricks thrown.
There will be a lot of bloodshed and chaos in that day, but you should endure chastity, because the Most High does not chastise those who are not His. The Son of God, Yahushua, who people ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, He knew what He was going to go through when He came here.
He asked the Most High to remove that cup of affliction, but instead, an angel came and strengthened Him. It's an honor to be treated like the Son of God, to endure the same punishment for the Most High. The people of the book will be delivered. But in the process, during Jacob's trouble, they will all be tried like gold in the fire, coming out a purified man. We shouldn't fear none of these things that we will suffer, and be faithful unto death.
If you have faith, the Most High will fight with you, but it will be death and destruction for fearful hearts. You will not be defended if you lose patience. This is another reason why you should always fast and why you shouldn't cease praying, because you're building yourself up. What if you have to go days without eating? The average person wouldn't know what to do if things got hard.
Some will get weak and accept the chip if forced. Some will even get scared and tuck in their fringes or shave off their beards, just to show that they're not an Israelite. We are commanded to not be ashamed. The Lord will deliver the godly out of temptation, but the trial of fire is very real. Most High will judge this earth, starting with the Israelites. It was always our own people that killed the prophets of the Most High. They beat us prophets for teaching in the name of Yahweh Shai then, and they will again. History only repeats itself. It is also prophecy that it will happen that way.
Would you rather prove yourself worthy to the Most High or to men?
These people of the world, they are finished, man. The Most High gonna destroy 2/3 of Israel. You can't do shit about it. Don't bother getting in the uproar with these niggas, man. See, a lot of you don't care nothing about the black community. You fucking right. We don't give a shit about the black community. The Most High ain't dealing with no community first off, no black community. What you worried about a place for that's gonna be destroyed? Do you know the Most High gonna rain fire and brimstone and sulfur on this place and gonna fuck up the soil and all the plant life and all the oceans? Did you know that? What do you give a shit? Why do you care about these fucking women who laid down with all kind of men, bust off all kind of nuts in these holes, brought forth children from different men, making disease in the earth, then going and taking a child support on your ass? And we ain't taking up for you worry about what about the men? What about them? Sorry ass niggas with their pants hanging off, sticking their dicks in everything that's walking, making multiple children in the earth. These little badass demons growing up becoming homosexuals, walking around the earth playing the knockout game. You think we give a fuck about them? We don't give a fuck about them neither. When these sorry ass niggas get destroyed, we're gonna be glad, man. That way they can come back in the kingdom as righteous people, because right now they're a virus and they gotta go, man.
Some Israelites don't want to hear any of this. They've invested so much time in folly, whether it's trying to make it in this corrupt world, trying to be a rapper, a singer, be famous, wanting to see who wins next year's championship, or trying to see the next big video game. They could care less.
And without the internet, people lose their minds. Every time social media goes down, it's an outrage. People are still killing themselves over attention, doing anything to be famous. They will do anything for a few likes and some recognition, completely ignorant on what's going on around them.
Instagram is removing their like feature, so when you post something, eventually there's not going to be it's not going to be a like option anymore. I also read another article where people are becoming depressed because of social media, and because, like, say Instagram, you post something, maybe you don't get any likes on it.
They get a couple of likes and they go to their head. Then you got people that don't get no likes, beautifulest people in the world. That girl right there that get 4 or 5 likes, beautiful mother. Go to work hard, entrepreneur, got her business going. She just not in the media. Then you got these ones. The more likes I get, the more naked I'm gonna get. The more likes I get, the more I'm a shake it for you. I'm a shake it for you. Yeah, shake it for you.
When it comes to your bookings, strangest booking request you've received so far?
To spend time with them, to go on a date and spend time with them and show them a good time, and they'll give me $10,000. That's why I say a certain booking info, it's not really bookings, it's bookings.
If anybody get this, I just got shot.
Hey, Peter didn't drive the car. Peter didn't drive the car.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Peter too.
Son, I love you.
It's sad because we are all getting prepared while they're completely oblivious to what times we are living in. We're supposed to watch closely and do our research in scriptures and current events, so when these prophecies come to pass, we already know what time it is. World War III looks as if it's finally beginning. All hell is breaking loose over the world. These other nations are testing bombs daily. We are at the end of this thing. Our grandparents that always said this were wrong during their time. They were still worshiping a false god in their days. Now that we are returning to our Lord, the Most High, our power, He is lifting the curses off us.
Back in June, the United States claimed Iran had shot down one of its drones. Donald Trump called off at the very last minute a retaliatory strike on Iran. Now he says his military is locked and loaded again. The Iranian judgment may well be that he's bluffing, because domestically he's after re-election, not another war.
You have to mentally prepare yourselves. Physical strength isn't enough. You have to have serious faith in the Most High. The Lord said he would send prophets and wise men to warn his children, but they were always persecuted from city to city. Again, our people are our own worst adversaries. They kill the prophets and wise men. These pastors are terrible. They do not teach the truth. Churches are set up to teach the wrong thing.
Thing you're doing, I pray his anointing will stay upon you. I pray the power of God all over you. I pray his favor. I pray the blood of Jesus will come upon you right now. Keep you in the care. God, I thank you for your blessings.
Kanye West is single-handedly trying to bring back Christianity. This is why they hate us teaching on the streets. They don't go over these scriptures in churches. These things were written for our learning. They don't go over any of the laws or nothing important. It's just one big motivational speech and then a concert.
In the four walls, out of the four walls, in the school halls, our Father Christ Jesus, thank you so much for bringing me to the home where I was born, when my mother met my daddy, and when my mother met my daddy.
Celebrities are used to push false gods on us.
Because some of my beloveds, they Hebrew Israelites, and I love my doctrine.
Right, that's what I am. I'm Hebrew.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shalom, Baruch Hashem. The Lion of Judah, he's the conqueror. And I'm a lion of Allah. I mean, no matter what name you say, Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, it's all the same.
But it's only one true God, and that's the God of the Israelites. So he ain't the God of everybody.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe literally. Like the Quran, you see what I'm saying? Like that came 400 years after the Bible was already written. That's facts. That's well documented.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like Muhammad, they say he was a prophet, but what did he ever prophesy? Give me one prophecy that he said that came to pass.
Seriously, when they picked black people to say we want to enslave them, I see why. I had to accept that today. I see why they picked us to enslave us. I seen it. I seen when they gave us that white Jesus, the effects of that. I got to see it today, and I was screaming at my phone. My little girl would say, "Daddy, what's wrong with you?" Because I was screaming at what I saw today. I thought the verdict was bad. I thought it was horrible. But the next clip I'm about to show y'all, this is black folks right here. This is what we want to do. We want to stroke the hair of the woman that murdered black people.
But I love you just like anyone else. And I'm not gonna say I hope you rot and die just like my brother did, but I personally want the best for you. And I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please?
Yes.
What the fuck? Now, how many judges you know go hug convicted murderers? Do you know that? That's the judge right there hugging Amber Geiger. What's going on, man? Am I living in the Twilight Zone? Is that where I'm living? I mean, is this some sort of alternate reality where black people are hugging murderers? You're right, it can't be real.
If we don't see the war, we're in serious trouble. If we don't see the threat, we are in serious trouble. Down at the Black Caucus, they were giving all the statistics. 66% of black children being born in single-family households. That's not to demean that household. White supremacy is saying, I'm taking away the conditions for enhancing black masculinity. I'm taking away the conditions through which you might produce soldiers to carry on activity on your side of the chessboard.
No matter the age, this is how most white people feel about us deep down.
Trying to say that I should be the slave because I'm white, that I should be their white slave. Well, I got some news for you. Fuck you, nigger. You're gonna be my fucking slave again, okay? You're gonna work on my fucking plantation because you're the nigger and I am the fucking God. I am God. You're a fucking nigger. You don't deserve shit. You don't deserve goddamn shit. You're a nigger. Put on those gold chains and start picking cotton again. You fucking goddamn nigger. Niggers don't deserve anything more than nothing. God, I hate niggers. Why do they get everything and I get to be their fucking slave? God damn it. If a nigger wants to fucking pull up, pull up. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
The N-word is not supposed to be used in a derogatory, yes, but I don't care. I don't either.
But like,
so if you're gonna get pissed off at the alti for me saying nigger,
let me just say this. I don't really say it to people like straight up like you're a N-word.
I
like,
usually say it to like joke around, but like we still say it. Who cares what the fuck happened to you somewhat years ago? It's not like you experienced it. I mean, I wish you could go experience it, but I mean, I do too. Like, wouldn't it be fun to go pick some cotton? But on the other hand, you black people are mad at us for something that happened how many years ago?
I didn't do it.
Like, we didn't do it. So stop getting pissed off at us for using the word.
We're over it. It's done.
I hate niggers! Yeah, she's on drugs. No, I just hate niggers. Fuck you, niggers! I hate niggers! It's okay, we're calling the cops on you. I would kill a nigger, but the law says I can't kill the niggers. If the law didn't say that I couldn't kill the niggers, they'd all be dead. Where's my license plate number? Nigger! 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 Nigger!
Y'all need to chill the fuck out.
Boy, let me fight.
Chill. Why is Cage like this? Beat that bitch up. Beat that bitch up. Go quick, go to my eye.
Get over here.
Faggots and lesbians are way more violent than us Hebrew Israelites, and they are protected. These cops don't care about anything or anyone but themselves.
No! Oh my gosh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my god, he shot. Oh my god. Oh!
You stupid motherfucker, why don't you learn how to fucking drive, you dumb fuck? Fuck you too, bitch! Do something, motherfucker, pull up! You ain't gonna do shit, fuck up!
It is also sad when our Israelite brothers become cops. They switch sides and choose to oppress us with the oppressor just for a better life. They choose a salary over remaining loyal to their own people. In many instances, some black cops will go further than the white cop just to show their loyalty to them.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Don't fucking move! Don't you fucking move! Don't you fucking move! Get him out the car, Raj. We got a gun in this glove compartment. Don't you fucking move! Don't you fucking move! Show me your fucking hands! Show me your hands! Don't you fucking move! Don't you fucking move!
telling you, I'm gonna shoot you. You're gonna be dead. I'm telling you. You reach for something, you're gonna be dead. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Keep your hands right there. Hey, Jerome, you reach for something, you're gonna be dead. He's reaching. Show me your hands. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't move. Don't you move.
Getting all the benefits, you're getting a nice paycheck.
It's hard to have a relationship with the police when you feel like they out to get you.
Something wrong? Something wrong? Yeah. It's just too bad you don't know what it is. Brother.
They said we have no king but the white man. That's what's happening nowadays too. With these damn traitors, they rather stick with the enemy and benefit with them. Because what's the saying? What's the saying? If you can't beat them, join them. You a coward. You rather stick with the damn enemy than stay with us and fight and bring them down yourself. You losing your life as a man. I'd rather die standing as a man than on the ground and live as a damn coward. But the wicked shall not go unpunished. That means you traitor that's teaming up with the enemy, you're gonna get it too. You're gonna get destroyed too. Let's continue to endure. This is all a test. But we're not gonna break. We're not gonna break.
Some go through little affliction, some go through a lot.
Sit down. What cell we got over? In J-Pod.
This Border Patrol processing center there in McAllen, Texas is kind of the epicenter of all of this family separation. One side, kids on the other, so that they can send them in different directions. Kids go to the shelters. The parents are often sent to federal court that are being separated from their parents at the border, separated from their parents and are going through that trauma. And other ones haven't seen their parents in a very long time.
There's no reason to try to hide. We already know they spy and invade our privacy.
We have to keep the faith to the very end and finish our mission. It's the reason why we are here. We can't sell out or take anything that they offer us. The things that we see are only temporary, but the things that we can't see are eternal. We can't put off the evil day.
Nothing is supposed to separate us from this truth. We're not supposed to half-ass it either. Without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. We are only still living by the grace of God. Fear of the Most High, knowledge, wisdom, and faith will keep us stable.
Without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. And with that being said, shalom to all the brothers that's out there risking their lives in this truth. Lord willing, we see each other in the chariot or see each other in the kingdom. Shalom.
So now in Jeremiah 30:7, it speaks about Jacob's trouble, but it says we shall overcome in the end. And that's only if the Most High grants you to live and grant you to see the second coming of Hamashiach Yahushua and get on those chariots with those angels. So what we got to continue to do is keep the faith and don't be troubled, because you're going to see some things that you've never seen or witnessed in your life. All of the stuff that you see on the sci-fi channels, in the movies, it's all going to be reenacted in real life. They show you that all these things are going to come to pass. And it may look sci-fi, but it's as real as it looks in the movies, is as real as that. What they call quote unquote Big Brother. Big Brother's watching. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he is the big brother. He's the first one that came out the womb. That's Esau. So he is the big brother. So Big Brother is watching, you know? So there's nothing that we can do on this earth besides what the Most High commanded us to do to escape Jacob's trouble. We can't stock up on guns. We can't stock up on ammo, because we cannot defeat Big Brother Esau with any weapons that you may even conjure up in your mind, because that's his blessing. So the only way you can escape Jacob's trouble is by keeping his commandments and keeping the faith that he ordained. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for you. So that's what we need to do. In these times, you're going to see things that you ain't never believed was real, but don't let it throw you off your square. Don't believe the hype. There's nothing these demons can do to you. There's nothing that they can do to you in your spirit unless you allow them to, unless you step away from the faith of the Most High in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. So as the hat says, endurance, man. That's what it's all about. Matthew 24:13. Ye that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Stay strong, keep the faith, stay focused, stay sucker free, and always remember to put Yahweh first. All praise and honor and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Kum Yasha Allah. We still got next. Rise, Israel, rise.